what's up guys, this is Sam Feldt here. You're watching Sidewalk Fundamentals. I'm here in LA, Los Angeles. I just arrived here. A bit tired from my flight still, as you can see from I think the dark spots around my eyes. Just got off a 10.5 hours flight from Amsterdam and I'm about to play tonight at Exchange here in LA. And I'm here to show you my fundamentals for touring, all the good stuff I bring on tour. Let's get started. The most important fundamental of touring is coffee. You can put it down now. So yeah, let's start with the DJ stuff, what I used to perform with, what I used to also produce with. And I think one of the most important things that I do differently from a lot of other DJs and producers is that I never play with headphones or rarely play with headphones, and instead I've got these really cool custom-made in-ear monitors that I use. They got my logo on it, and why I do it and why I changed to in-ear monitors about 3 years ago are two reasons. One of the reasons is hearing damage. I've played so long without proper filters, and I was getting tinnitus, and just like I was noticing that my ears were not as well as before. So a friend of mine, Ferric Dawn, another DJ, tech house DJ, recommended me these. And you basically block out all the noise and you hear your mixes perfectly because the monitors are in your ears, so you don't even have to put on your monitors anymore. And also make sure that wherever club I go to, wherever festival I go to, even if the monitoring is shit, it will still allow me to play my set as usual. So it kind of like streamlines the process and make sure that it's consistent and I've got consistent audio everywhere I go. So that's definitely a recommendation if you're starting off as a DJ or you're suffering from hearing loss or whatever. These are golden. This is a custom-made brand. I'm sure you'll find them anywhere in the world at your local hearing aid store. And then we've got these, so when I'm not playing, but I'm at a festival or I'm listening to other people's sets or wherever the noise is loud, I think this is such a fundamental, these filters that basically protect your ears. And I've got not one, I've got like 6 in here because I lose them all the time. But they're definitely something I always have in my pocket. So it's usually my AirPods that I use to do calls with, my phone and my wallet. That's like the 4 things that I always bring. So one thing that causes me a lot of trouble when I go through security checks is this thing, which is my microphone that I use on the road. It's a Rode USB mic. For some reason, when you put it in an X-ray, it looks like a bomb. So TSA is not happy when they see it. So every time I get stopped, but it's a very good mic, and I record my heartfelt radio show with this every week. If I need to do vocals or, I play a lot with the band as well. So in a lot of my songs, I use live instruments like saxophone, trumpets, guitars. This can really help to get the first recording in on tour. So moving on to the more lifestyle stuff that I bring on tour. I'm a big gamer. I love being on the PlayStation when I'm back home. Unfortunately, they've discontinued their handheld devices, so I've got my Nintendo Switch right here. A couple of games that I'm playing right now, FIFA. I'm not a big football or soccer lover. I'm actually one of the few people from the Netherlands that hate soccer or hate watching soccer, but I like the game FIFA, so I'm getting better at it. Plus, the whole band and the whole crew has a Switch as well, so when I'm on tour with my tour manager, my videographer, sax player, trumpet player, we all play FIFA together in the plane, compete against each other, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely a great device for me to kill time with, the Nintendo Switch. Another thing that I try to do on tour or in the plane when I'm not producing or not sleeping, because that's usually what I do, is reading. So I've got this Kindle that I bring everywhere that I go. Let me see what's on here right now. I love non-fiction books. I'm not very big into like fiction stuff. So I read a lot of business books. I read a lot of marketing books. And right now I am reading, let's see, a book called Moneyland, which is all about how dirty politicians hide their money. Interesting. So yeah, definitely a great way to kill some time. They also asked me to talk about my hair. Since every Q&A that I do online, I've been getting questions about how does he do his hair. It's this little thing right here. It's my pomade. High Life. I should get a commission for this, but I don't. It's great. Keeps my hair in place, even when you're sweating, when you're jumping up and down, when you're touring. This is my go-to hairstyling product. I've got this great hydrating cream, which is basically my whole skincare routine in one little jar right here from Aesop. It just smells really good. I have no clue. This is what my girlfriend advised me, and I like putting it on my face because it makes me feel soft, but I don't know why it's good, but yeah, I like it. Then special cream for my eyes, as you can see, you know, coming after a 10.5-hour flight from Amsterdam and coming straight from Oslo and Ibiza the days before. It can really hurt your eyes and the way you look, and this kind of helps me, you know, maintain a slightly normal appearance and not look like a drug addict. Perfume, I've got a lot of perfume back home. This one I really like, from Tom Ford, Extreme Noir. I can only take one on tour, so I always put one in my bag, and this is the one I have on right now. It's pretty strong, but I like the way it smells. And then I brought my deodorant stick. I don't know why. It's from Hermes. Thanks. So let's talk about clothes, about fashion now. I used to be that kind of DJ that always wears black, always wears the same style of shirts. I used to have maybe even like 20 pairs of like 20 items of the same brand, the same color, always black. And then someone came up to me and they said, why are you always wearing black? Your music is so summery, happy, tropical. What's up? And I basically had to admit it was laziness. I don't have a lot of fashion sense. Like my girlfriend's always like, you can't put that on together. I'm like, oh, why not? So that's why I always wore black. But it was true that it was pretty boring, and it didn't really represent who I am as a person, but also not as an artist. So this is what I wear now. I think I recently bought this off of All Saints. They have a whole line of these. So as I said, I'm lazy, so I bought maybe the whole collection. In Vegas, I stumbled upon them and I was like, wow, okay, this is pretty cool. Another brand that I really like that is from Amsterdam is Scotch Soda. I'm sure you guys heard about it, but yeah, it got founded in Amsterdam, and I'm from Amsterdam, so as a proud Dutchie, I will always gladly support their stuff. So clothing wise, these are my two favorite brands right now, All Saints and Scotch Soda. So I think what a lot of people don't know about me and might be interesting to talk about is that I'm also an entrepreneur next to what I do as a DJ and a producer. I've been one since I was 13 years old when I launched my first company. My dad had to come with me to the Chamber of Commerce because I was still a minor, and I launched my first company, and it was a e-commerce store. I basically drop shipped cameras and projectors from China to customers in the Netherlands. But it kind of always stuck with me. I also finished a degree in marketing and business innovation, in a way that's always, you know, in the back of my head. Also when I think about the Sam Feldt brand, but also when I think about my other businesses. I'm also the founder of Fangage, which is a startup, an internet startup that provides fan portals to artists, which they can use to then get closer to their fans, build up their own database, and also become a bit less dependent on social media like Facebook and Instagram, because I think we can all see what's happening with the algorithms there. It's getting harder and harder to reach your fans as an artist with the content that you have, and Fangage kind of protects you from that. So I also have my own foundation called the Heartfelt Foundation, which focuses very much on sustainability and tries to be a platform for artists, but also their fans, to inspire. Same as I compensate for all my CO2 emissions. I have a plastic-free rider. By doing the little things like that, I'm trying to inspire other artists to do the same, but also show to my fans and maybe their fans as well that you can really change some small stuff in your life that makes a big impact. So after going through all my stuff here in this hotel room here in LA, my new song Post Malone is going through the roof right now. It's also on the top 40 in the US. It just entered the top 50 as well on Spotify, so really excited to see what will happen with that. I have a new song coming up. It's called Two Hearts, and I already premiered it in my Tomorrowland set, so if you want to go and check that out, it's on YouTube. New remixes that I'm working on. I just got a request in for Ed Sheeran. Haven't started yet, but that might be coming out pretty soon. And on the remix side, I also just released a track for an upcoming UK star called Freya Readings, called Castles. I've just released an EP with 6 tracks, and what I found that nowadays with the whole Spotify algorithms is not working great for me to release a bunch of music at the same time. I've done it before. I've once released 24 tracks on one album, on the Sunrise to Sunset album, which was a great experience, a lot of fun to do. But looking at the results, I think right now I'll be focusing on singles and maybe like small little bundles like the Magnet EP, but not an album in the works right now. But I do have around 10 songs finished, so I have no idea how I'm gonna release all these as a single, so who knows. So what's up guys, this is Sam Feldt right here for Sidewalk Fundamentals. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in here from my hotel room in LA. I'm getting ready now for my show here, thinking across the street at Exchange. Till next time.